Yes, Blue's Clues. The greatest series of all time. Yep, Blue of all time. It has existed ever since 1996. Oh wait, 1996? Yeah, okay, yeah. It existed since 1996, and has traveled past the many eons of the galaxy until the year of 2002. Wait, 2006. Was it 2006?
Yes.
Yeah. Till the mighty year of 2006. And then there came the reboot, Blues, Clues, and You, which came out in 2019 and has now existed to this day. But you're wondering, how did the story of a dude with a green shirt and a puppy that was blue who left clues, how did that story come to be? Well, it's finally time we go back those eons and travel back to that year of 1996 when the first season came out. Welcome to the Review Clues.
Hey guys, it's yours truly, Music Clues here, and I'm here with Dwight of Smart Rascal Studios again, and welcome to episode 3 of Pawprints, Preschools, and Pals. Another special episode, by the way. And in this episode, we're going to be reviewing the very first season of Blue's Clues.
Yep, we're going old school. So old school, I'm literally holding my Blue's Clues pops.
That's old school, man. But yeah, so we...
Not really old school, because they came out, I think, 2021, but, you know.
Hey, that's totally fair. But yeah, that being said, this obviously is the very first season of Blue's Clues, and me and Jart will be talking about the good, the bad stuff, because it is an early season, a really early season. Oh boy, and the things that we like and dislike about this first season of Blue's Clues. We eventually will get to every single season of Blue's Clues and Blue's Clues and You. We're starting with this first one because, well, I already have it recorded in advance, so I figured, why not convert this as part of the podcast? So that's why this intro is actually pre-recorded instead of, that being said, like the last pre-recorded episode, at the outro, Mr. Dwight here will give us our third and final clue to our to our top secret project that we've been working on.
Yep.
So yeah, but without further ado, we'll pass it back to past MC and past Dwight to talk about the very first season of the original Blue's Clues. Let's head back to... hey, Dwight, could you activate the time machine, please?
Oh, sure. It's time to go back. Back to the future. Oh, wait. I got this. It's time to go back. Back to the future. Past.
Hey guys, it's yours truly, Music Clues here, and welcome back to another video. As I said earlier in the Summer Music Clues Direct, this video, it is a review, but not just any review, it's a review on Blue's Clues. Yes, the original Blue's Clues series. I have watched every single episode of this series to date, as many of you probably already know. And I do plan to cover all other seasons eventually in the future. But I figured today, to start this off and to get ready for potentially another Blue's Clues movie, according to what we've been hearing for the 25th anniversary of Nick Animation. I have a very special guest with me for today's season 1 review of the original first season of the original Blue's Clues series. And he's been here on the channel before. You guys may remember in one of my recent episodes of ReviewClues, I had him aboard. So, yeah, why don't you reintroduce yourself?
Hey everybody, hello, my name is Dwight, and I run the channel Smart Rascal Studios.
Yes, that's right. Right, Dwight from Smart Rascal Studios is here to do the review with me today. He is a massive, and I do mean massive, Blue's Clues fan like yours truly, and he was on ReviewClues when we talked about his stories and stuff. But today we are derailing from the world of that and diving into the actual Blue's Clues series to talk about season 1 of the original show.
Yep, season 1. Yep, the original with, of course, my main man Steve.
Oh yeah. So we should probably explain though how Blue's Clues is for those internationally watching that have never heard of the series today, because internationally, actually, the original Blue's Clues wasn't really well known to many people, and why it's rare, I have come across a couple people internationally who have never heard of the series at all. So, Smart, why don't you explain the series to those who are new?
Pretty simple, really. So it's about this house, right? It's in a storybook called Blue's Clues, and the house it's red, has a red roof, and it has the yellow, and there's like a purple door, and in the house, and a mailbox that talks, of course, and tire swing, and in the house there lives a little fellow named Steve, and I almost forgot. And then Steve has a little blue puppy named Blue, and they love to play together with all their friends. There's a side table drawer, and a mailbox, and Ticky-Tock, and Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper. But sometimes there's a little bit of a problem. Well, whenever Blue wants to do something, she can't talk because she just goes, bow. So what Blue does is that she puts a paw print on a screen, and then Steve and her play Blue's Clues, where they have to find 3 paw prints. Those paw prints are clues. And then when you find a clue, you put it in the handy dandy notebook. And then when you find all 3 of Blue's clues, you sit down in the thinking chair, and then you put all the clues together, and then Steve and Blue figure out what Blue wants to do.
Indeed. That's
how literally every episode goes. With a few exceptions, but this is only just the first season.
Yes.
And boy, what a season it was.
Yes, it definitely does. So we are gonna, here's how the structure of the review will go. We're gonna briefly talk about every episode, and I do mean briefly talk about every episode. So in other words, the theming, the problem presented to us, and whatever else, and of course. Hold on, dude. Sorry about that, guys. Smart got a call for a second there. Dwight got a call for a second there. We are ready to go again. Apologies.
Okay.
Alright. So, first things first, we're going to talk about all the episodes that were introduced in the very first season of Blue's Clues, like I said, and we're going to talk about them briefly, like the summaries of each basically up to a key, as well as the question, or as I call it, the Blue's Clues question of the day. Alright, so first things first, snack time. Smart, you know this one like the back of your hand. You can tell them what this one is.
Yes, the classic, the season 1 classic, the very first episode. The very first episode of Blue's Clues.
Indeed.
Yep, the very first one.
Indeed. And this Blue's Clues question is, what does Blue want to eat with a snack? For those who know,
Yep, because of course it all starts with Steve and Blue at snack time, at snack table, and they're gonna have their snack.
Indeed.
And Blue has her graham crackers, and I think she has something else with it.
Her plates and her napkins, I believe.
Oh, okay. So she has her graham crackers and has them on a plate, and she has napkins so she can clean her little pouch. But then she forgets something.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's forgetting something. There's something that goes with their crackers at snack time, and Blue forgot.
Indeed. So they play Blue's Clues.
Steve asks, so Blue, what do you want? What do you want to have for snack time? Did you forget? And then that's when it happens.
Yep.
That's when, bam.
The very first
our first ever paw print.
Indeed. All right, and then the second episode is, what time is it for Blue?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I haven't really gotten that deep in season 1. I mean, just earlier today, I watched what's Tinky's favorite nursery rhyme.
Oh, nice. But since you don't know this one, I got this one. So, and what time is it for Blue?
That's really the only season 1 episode I watched to prepare for this. So.
That's totally cool, dude. I got this. So, and what time is it for Blue? Blue. It's a certain time for Blue. But Steve doesn't know exactly what that is. So, in the self-title, we play Blue's Clues to figure out what time is it for Blue. And this brings up one of Blue's favorite stories, A Puppy's Day. Indeed. In the third episode, Mailbox's birthday, they figure out what birthday party game does Blue want to play at Mailbox's birthday party. And while we do that, we obviously get ready for Mailbox's birthday party. Which fun fact?
Literally in the title of the episode.
Which fun fact? Mailbox is actually one of Smart Rascal's favorite characters.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know why. I mean, just everything about Mailbox is amazing. The way he cracks jokes. The way he stretches in on his extendo arm, and like when they reach into his hand for some mail.
Yep.
He's totally my favorite.
Yep.
I just love Mailbox. He's the best. But I mean, like, the problem is, like, Mailbox doesn't really have that much of a main role.
Yeah, not really. Really, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. He literally only shows up at mail time. Unless you not like the opening and the closing base at the front yard, but still, he always just shows up right at mail time. He gives in the mail. Like, thank you, Mailbox. He's like, "You're welcome," and it just goes back out.
Now that's pretty much his role for the original Blue's Clues. I will deviate off the path and say in Blue's Clues and You, he does do a little bit more than deliver the mail sometimes.
Oh yeah. Because in Blue's Clues and You, he still does letters, but now he also does emails too.
Indeed. And he also sometimes, even outside the context of delivering the mail, or emails in this case, he also sometimes is with Blue and friends doing what they love to do. So he has a little bit more of a role outside the original. That is the case with the original too, but even in that context, he really only makes a guest appearance. He's actually doing something in some of these episodes, but we'll get to Blue's Clues and You another time. That being said, one of the more significant things that was also introduced is that everybody thinks that Blue's birthday was the first introduction, Blue's 1, 2, 3 was the first introduction of the present story. That is not the case. The present story actually appeared first in Mailbox's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just a more known role. role. So yeah, Mailbox's birthday was the first appearance of the present store. Just a little fun fact for there.
Awesome.
Alright, the next...
But still, Mailbox is definitely my favorite. And don't get me started about his character in my series, Blues Play It With You, because, man, he's a main character in that.
Oh yeah, totally. But we'll talk about that some other time. Alright, so next one is Blues Story Time. This is an iconic classic that I'm pretty sure almost any Blues Clues fan would know off the top of their head if they've watched it.
How is that a classic? I've never seen it.
You've never? Sheesh. Okay.
No. I mean, it's been a long time. I did watch Blues Clues when I was little, but I haven't watched all of Blues Clues when I was little.
Okay, fair enough. All right, in Blue Story Time, Blue wants to read a read a story, and Steve suggests A Puppy's Day, her favorite story, but Blue says no. So Steve asks Blue what is her favorite story.
Aha, and that's when she has a different story in mind.
Oh!
Which means Blues Clues as per usual.
Yes, indeed. And the answer, well, I won't spoil it for those who want to see the original, but I will say it is an iconic storybook classic that almost everybody would know about.
Wait, it was like a really big something.
Yes, a really big something, and maybe a free of something too. Oh well, alright, and then the next one, what does Blue need? Blue is quite dirty today. She's been playing in the yard. I mean, she is a puppy, of course. So,
in the yard.
Yeah, so what exactly does Blue need? And that would just so happen to be, well, the answer's obvious, but we still play Blues Clues to figure that out. And then the next one, Spell might not recognize it, but if you've watched Blues Clues and you guys know this one. It is Blue's favorite song. And anybody who's watched this original episode, or the original or new version of Blue Stock, as well as the new version of this episode, already knows.
Oh, wait, I know this one.
Oh yes.
I know what Blue's favorite song is.
Oh yes, but don't spoil it.
Donald.
No, too late. But yes, it is Old MacDonald. Of course, we still play Blues Clues to figure it out, but Steve said Rubber Ducky had a farm. I mean, if you want to think it that way, Rubber Ducky had a farm, really.
Rubber Ducky.
All right.
I mean, it's not that wrong. I mean, his brother Joe literally owns a dog named Boris, so
I mean,
it's not that wrong.
Yeah, it's not that wrong, but yeah. All right, and then in Adventures in Art, we explore the world of art. And surprisingly enough, Steve's actually a very good artist. And we ask what Blue wants to paint. The answer is so blatantly obvious by the third clue that you could even guess it off the top of a real head smart.
Sometimes, look, here's the thing with Blue's Clues. Sometimes, like, when Blue barks out the answer before leaving the handprint on the screen, like, I don't really get it. You just gotta listen closely. For example, like on soccer practice where she's like bo 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 bo, and she leaves the handprint. But then I'm like, wait. Hold up a second. Wait. I think I know what she said. She was like, it's time to get ice cream, I think it was. And then I watched the episode a little more. I'm like, oh wait, yep, definitely ice cream.
Exactly. You just gotta listen closely. closely. Basically, that was basically a answer to the hint in later episodes of Blue's Clues, where Blue gave a hint to the parents who were also watching, but wanted their kids to guess. So it was kind of like you know how the answer's at the bottom of the page sometimes for some of those puzzles? That's exactly what that's like.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyways, in Blue Goes to the Beach, our first summer-themed episode, which ironically aired in December.
That's right. Christmas in July. or rather, summer in December.
Blue wants to go to the beach, but Blue doesn't know exactly what. Blue wants to bring something else to the beach, and that would just happen to be, well, something yummy for the tummy. But yeah, alright, and then, in pretend time, this is our first imagination episode.
Ooh, hey, special imagination.
Nice one, dude. We play pretend. In the trying game, at first if we don't succeed, try again. And we'll figure out what Blue wants to try. And Blue wants to play a game. Blue wants to play a specific game, and so we try to figure out what Blue wants to play. In the Grow Show. Okay. Hey, I see where they're going with this one. Blue wants to grow something in the backyard, but Steve has no clue what. And to be fair, there's a lot of things that could grow. So, all right. And then in Blue wants to play a song game. Oh my gosh. You should listen to we just figured out Blue's Clues for this one, because it's like a jazzy version instead of the do we do.
Yeah.
And then what does Blue want to make? Blue and Steve, when you come into the house, are making paper hats, but Blue wants to make something else. So, and the fun fact, this is the appearance of a certain, I don't know, little handy friend. Hint.
Handy friend?
Dude, that Steve sometimes brings out during certain episodes. He even had a whole episode he made a lot of appearance in.
Wait, handy. It was just think.
I'll give you another hint. Steve speaks in a different accent when this plans out.
Just salt?
No. Oh, he's a sock.
So, it was like sock guy or something?
Sock puppet.
Oh, sock puppet, of course.
Yes.
What's the sock puppet?
Alright, we're almost done going over the episodes. In episode 16, what story does Blue want to play? Steve and Blue are playing the big bad, the three little pigs. How ironic.
Of course.
And they want.
It is ironic.
And Blue wants to play something else. Play a different story. Another iconic one. One of those is actually one of Blue's friends who appears throughout the series. Legitimately.
Yep.
Alright, and then in Tiggity's favorite nursery rhyme.
Oh, yeah, we tried. Yeah, Steve is reading to Tiggity and Blue their nursery rhyme book. And Tiggy has a favorite nursery rhyme, but of course, you don't know what it is. So of course, we play Blue's Clues to figure it out.
And then, in What is Blue afraid of? Our first Halloween-themed episode.
Oh man, I heard in this episode she was really scared of going to the skidoo frame.
That is correct. Blue.
Yeah, she's really scared. And then the answer turned out to be whatever the heck's in the skidoo frame, and she's still scared to go in there with Steve. And then he's like, "Don't worry, Blue, I'll hold your hand." I'm like, "Oh."
Yep. So we try to figure out what Blue is afraid of, which.
But I mean, like, I wonder, like, is Blue like still like afraid the whole time she's playing Blue's Clues with Steve in that episode? Or...
Not really.
Oh, okay.
But
I was thinking that'll be the case. Kind of like in Blue's Clues and You on Saturday with Blue, when Blue is completely sad the entire time she's playing Blue's Clues with Josh.
God, dude, please, you don't need to remind me of that episode. I'm still trying to get over it, man. That one hurt.
I know, but I mean, like, but look. I know you don't like me talking about that episode, but I'm sorry. But there's something pretty interesting about Blue being sad the whole entire time.
I know. No. But when we do eventually, and I do plan to cover this, eventually get to talking about the first season of Blue's Clues and You, we will definitely talk about that episode. Whew.
Yeah.
Alright, and then, in this episode, specifically, the first physical, a physical appearance of our pal Magenta. Magenta comes over. Blue wants to figure out...
Yes, and of course we get that classic tune, Magenta's coming over.
Yep, and we're trying to figure out what Blue wants to do when Magenta comes over. So we play Blue's Clues and get ready for Magenta coming over. And then...
Oh yeah, don't forget that cute little dance the Blue and Magenta do when they finally meet each other. Like, oh my gosh, it's so dang cute.
Right? It's so cute that they even made an official that they even made a gift of it. That's how popular that scene is.
Jeff, hold on. I'm trying to find it. Blue and Magenta dancing. Jeff. I know. I tried. Oh, I found it.
Yep. Told ya.
This is so cute.
Yep. Told ya.
It's so cute.
Yep. And finally, the last episode, Blue's News.
Oh, wait. I think I know this one.
Yep. There's something very big happening in the house today that everybody...
Everyone's getting ready, so of course we play Blue's Clues and figure it out, and eventually find out that him, Mr. Soul and Miss Pepper are having a baby. We just figured. Mr. Soul and Mrs. Pepper are having a baby. Let's go.
Yep. And of course, as this season draws to a close, we get introduced to a new character that is going to stick around for the rest of the whole series, Paprika.
Yep, little baby Paprika.
Funny fact. This exact same episode got remade for the first season of Blue's Clues and You, but instead of course, Paprika being reintroduced as she is already established in the lore of Blue's Clues and You.
We get introduced to Sage and Ginger in Blue's Clues and You.
Indeed. So, in a way, it's retrending everything, but it's a way to introduce two new characters into the series, which I thought was adorable. And, oh my gosh, Sage and Ginger is just, so cute! Sorry. Divvying back on topic, now we need to talk about all the stuff that was introduced. Now, let's ask
pretty basic for season 1. We get introduced to Steve. We get introduced to Blue. We get introduced to the Pawprint. We get introduced to the concept of Blue's Clues. We get introduced to mailbox and extendo arm and letters, and sometimes emails. I'm not sure if we get to introduce the emails this first season, but whatever, I'm counting it anyway. We get introduced to side table drawer, and Mr. Salt, and Mrs. Pepper, and Slippery Soap, and the Skidoo frame, and everything.
Yes, basically
this is only the first season, so yeah, so it's like no time. We gotta do it fast.
Right. But I meant in terms of the concept of how the episodes usually go from start to finish. So here's how it goes. We get introduced. We obviously go up to the house, and I will say for the first 2 seasons, the intro is mostly the same. There are a couple exceptions where something happens in the background, but for the first 2 intros, literally first 2 seasons of the series, it is literally the same intro, and I'm not even lying on that. It's starting with season 3. Once Periwinkle gets introduced, we get a little bit of a difference, but that's beside the point. Anyways, then of course Steve opens the door. He introduces to what they're doing today. We play Blues of Pawprints. We start Blue's Clues. We sing our song, which, by the way, for the first season of Blue's Clues, is a lot different than any of the other seasons.
Well, at least I think for like the first few episodes, it's different. After a while, it shifts into the normal season 1 version.
Yes. For the first early half of the season, the song is completely different than what we know it. Eventually, it does shift to the version that we all know, but it's still a little bit far from the iconic version that Steve made famous.
All right, yeah, because the very first season 1 verse is like, gotta find a pawprint, that's the first clue. You put it in, again. What do we do? Blues Clues. But then, yeah, of course, we all know the new version, though.
Yes, exactly. And then once they introduce the more iconic version, it's still a little bit different as the kids say, Blues Clues! That doesn't happen in the more iconic version of it.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that sticks with us for a while too. So season 1 is truly the beginning before the iconic era of Blue's Clues starts, which is starting in season 2, by the way. But yeah, then after we sing the song of Blue's Clues, we find our first clue, then we help a friend, then we find our second clue, and then it's
Wait, hold on. Wait, but while we find our second clue, don't we help a friend while we find the second clue, or?
No. We after we find the second clue, it's mail time.
Hey! Yes! The best part of the episode. At least for me. So the best part of the episode. Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to mail.
Yeah, clearly his favorite part. And then after
that's basically mail time in a nutshell.
Pretty much. And then after we get our letter, Blue then, of course, bow. Oh, we didn't explain skidooing, did we? Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah. So I'll try and find the third clue. Blue usually, like before Steve comes into frame, Blue usually skidoos into something. Sure, it's usually a picture frame, or the skidoo frame as we fans call it. But other times she skidoos into different things, like maybe like a comic book, or a Nora book, or a storybook, or just anything really, or even like a painting.
Exactly. So
like whenever there's like a book or something later on, you know Blue is gonna skidoo into it.
Oh.
And of course he comes in.
Yep, and then sees Blue skidoo, and of course he skidoos after with his iconic song Blue Skidoo Weekend 2. Although fun fact, the skidoo song has had very much different iterations throughout the original series episodes. And this one, it goes do 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 like a triangle or something playing.
Oh.
So that's the case for the season. Then it shifts throughout the seasons, but I'll explain that as we get into the later seasons later. But yeah, Skidooing me and Steve does he does a very, very funny dance while he skidoos. Yeah. But it's
when he's about to jump, like the pose he makes right when he's about to jump in there, like that could be a meme on its own.
Oh yes.
Like squatting down.
Yep. In your first season, Steve does he moves his arms from side to side, and then he points, moving his leg up, and skidoos into the flame.
Oh yeah.
Fun fact, in the latest Blues Clues U episode, the case of the missing thinking chair. Which Smart Rascal predicted, by the way. Fun fact.
Yeah, right, because of Blues Play With You, we get an episode, where's our thinking chair, where, of course, Blue finds out the thinking chair is gone.
Exactly.
Then she and Mailbox come detectives like Steve to search for it, and of course they call in Detective Steve to help them look for it.
Exactly. It's basically Smart Rascal predicted. But yeah.
I can't believe I actually predicted it.
I know. I was like,
it's awesome.
Right? But anyways, that aside, so in this episode, when Steve and Josh are scooting back home, Steve does his iconic dance that he's done before, instead of doing the new one that Josh does. So it's like a little taste of a throwback to the old days. But yeah, so that is basically that. And then after we find our third clue, usually in the place we skidoo back home, sit in a thinking chair, think about all 3 clues, which Steve usually gives the wrong answer to at first. I swear, some of the ones he did for the first season made me roll my eyes. He, as for the first episode, for example, he said maybe he Blue wants to put a cow in a cup and slim it up with a straw.
Oh, that's weird.
Dude, come on, man.
I know. It's so weird. And then when we do finally get the answer, of course, we get the iconic. It's like, oh wait a minute. So Blue wants to get some milk. She wants to put it in a cup, and she wants to drink it with the straw.
And then they say, "We just figured out Blue's Clues," and that's when we do our
yes.
And that's when we do our we just figured out Blue's Clues dance. We do the answer to Blue's Clues, and then at that time, it's time for So Long. But speaking of which, the original So Long song for the first season is completely different than how it is in later episodes of Blue's Clues. Isn't that right, Smart?
Really?
Yeah. In the first season, it's all pre-recorded, and it's the same intro throughout the episode. Later on in later seasons, Steve and Blue are still singing and dancing differently each time for each episode, instead of it being pre-recorded. So in other words, it goes from a pre-recorded video to actually fitting the theme of the episode, regardless of what.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right. So for the first season, for pretty much at least the early half, as far as I'm aware, where that is the case. So yeah, that is basically what's introduced in this season. Second season introduced a lot more changes in the first one. But now it's time to go over pros and cons of this season. So, pros. Obviously, it introduced Blue's Clues in general, which did receive...
Yep.
And it was well received, so that was good. It also introduced us into the world of Blue's Clues and some of the characters that would be very iconic.
All the characters are great.
Indeed. It introduced us to so many iconic songs that have still standed the test of time. Literally, the Mailtime song by itself is one of the most iconic songs from the series. And I do mean iconic.
Yes, because, like, now anytime someone gets the mail, it's like, sometimes they just have the urge to belt out the Mailtime song, Blue's Clues, at any given moment. Once they get, like, a letter, a package, or whatever.
Exactly, which I can't fault them. And then, last but not least, it also introduced us to something that would be big. Now, the cons of the show, of the first season. I'm not gonna lie, Steve was a little, he was a little too excitable.
Was it a little too excitable?
Just a little, in my personal opinion.
Huh. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I mean, he's a lot more relaxed. He still does get excited sometimes, but he's a lot more relaxed at other seasons compared to this one. And this one, obviously, he's fighting his footing, so I understand. But it feels a little too much, especially in the early episodes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there's that. It's also. No, I'm not trying to knock Blue's Clues for being super early in its lifetime, but Blue's animations in particular feel very rough for this first season.
Yeah.
I mean, season 2 and onwards, they still do feel a little rough, but they feel a little bit more. Blue feels a lot more anime than those. For the first couple episodes especially, she feels a little rough, but she still is blue, so I'm not gonna knock it for her, and she's one of my favorite characters, as evident by my logo. So there is that. But I do want to say that is another con. I will say I am definitely not a fan of most of the dances and the music, dances in this one. I kind of prefer the later seasons compared to this first one, and I really prefer the iconic song over the first version of the song.
Oh.
But those are my personal cons. What about you, dude, from what you've watched?
Oh, I gotta say my pros. All the characters are awesome.
Well, that's good.
I mean, not as much as they are like in the newer seasons, or even the Joe's era season, or even in the reboot. But like, they're getting there. I especially noticed it with Side Table Drawer when I went to his fair nursery ride, because all Side Table did was go, Blue's Clues, I'm so excited, and she got out the notebook for Steve to get.
Exactly. I could tell you, especially in season 2, they deviate way away from that. Yeah. So that's good to know for Side Table Draw especially. Yeah, and the first season particularly, Side Table doesn't really have much of a role instead of holding the notebook. She gets a lot more. In fact, she becomes the centerpiece of Blue's Big Musical, but that's beside.
Yeah, Blue's Big Musical movie. Yeah, of course she's gifted right up to main character status after the event of that movie.
Indeed. But yeah, basically, Side Table Drawer really well, really at first was just a centerpiece, and then by second season, she had a lot more of a role in the show. But yeah, that's a good thing to know. Any other pros before we move on to your cons?
Any more pros? Not really.
Alright, then what are your cons?
Cons. Well, I don't really have any cons. I mean, just some of the early installment weirdness, kinda.
Yeah, but that happens with every show. I'm not gonna lie. Even some modern shows that I've watched early on at first, they're still trying to work out the kinks. But by the second episode, actually, now that I think about it, Blue's Clues and You was like that for the first season.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Didn't you know? You didn't know. Remember, the very first episode was trying to emulate how Blue originally was.
Oh, right, yeah. With the little weird little like noises every time she like hop.
Exactly. By the second season.
What are those noises anyway? It sounds so weird.
I know. By the second episode, though, they decided to go 60 frames per second for Blue's model, which looks a lot better.
Yes, totally. Because in the first season, in the first few episodes of Blue's Clues and You, I heard that her animation was more like stop motion.
Yeah, a little bit more stop motion, which honestly didn't feel as smooth. But when the second episode happened, oh my gosh, was it a huge improvement. I get what they were going for with the first episode, but honestly, I think they did a good choice going 60 frames per second with Blue's model, because it really helps Blue emphasize that while she still is the Blue we know, that she is in a different looking there now. And honestly, I like the smooth animation for Blue more than just trying to emulate something of the past.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to...
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of stop motion, yeah. I decided to make that Blue's Clues movie for Netflix. Yeah, it's gonna be in stop motion.
Nice. Alright, okay, so... Now, our overall thoughts of Season 1. Season 1 is definitely a good start. Alright, it introduces us into the concept of Blue's Clues. And
introduces us to many iconic characters that we still have known and come to love for years, and still come to love today.
Indeed. But for the first season in particular, there is still a bit of roughness, as with any episode, especially from the 90s. It definitely still has some of the roughness. Steve's still trying to figure out how to be a bit of a good host. And of course, it still has some of that weird roughness, especially in the first couple episodes with the music. But it's not a terrible start. I've seen worse. I have seen way worse than Blue's Clues in terms of a start. So I gotta say, in my personal opinion, I would give this one, the first season of the original Blue's Clues, a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Not bad.
It is not the worst season, but it's not the best either. But I don't want to say it's terrible. It's definitely getting there, but I definitely want to say by episode 20, once Pat Baker gets introduced, it is pretty clear that Blue's Clues is here to stay.
I'd totally give it almost an 9 out of 10, mostly an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
But
I mean, to me, it's good, it's solid. I mean, it introduces us to the whole world of Blue's Clues. But, well, I mean, there are just a few flaws, but just tend to just ignore some of the flaws and just go right in and just go right and just sit back and just enjoy the ride.
Indeed.
That's how Yeah, that's how I wrote this with the first seasons. I just sit back, just totally get my mind blank, and just enjoy the ride we're about to go on.
Indeed. Of course, though, by season 2, it is a substantial, and I do mean substantial, improvement to the show.
Substantial or substantial? Don't you mean substantial?
Yeah, what you said.
Substantial, yeah.
Yeah. It is such a big improvement to the first season that you would think it's an entirely different show. But that I will save for later. Smart, thank you so much. Are you gonna come back for the season 2 review? Because I would love to have you back.
Of course. I mean, I might as well join for all of it, especially when we get to all the like Jart, Blue's Clues and You, and the movie, and the 2 movies. Yeah, after that, yeah, I'm really excited for when we do like all of all of our stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Stuff we're working on for the Blue universe.
Oh yeah, totally.
You guys are not ready for what we're doing for what we're making for the Blue universe, because the Blue universe is rapidly expanding like every single day.
Oh yes, totally. All right. Well, Smart, thank you so much for coming aboard.
No problem.
Alright guys, that is all for today's review. I hope you enjoyed my and Smart's discussion, because it was a blast to do it today. Hey, and Smart, thank you again. I will definitely have you back again for our season 2 review. Just be sure to watch a couple more episodes maybe by the next time we do it, okay? Okay? But I'm pretty sure... But season 2...
No problem.
But season 2 should probably be a lot easier for you because there's a lot more episodes in this season that I'm pretty sure you'll recognize. Including the math time episode, just to name a couple. The math time episode, Blue Supplies at 2 o'clock.
Frozen orange pops for the win.
Mm-hmm. The Lost episode. No, it is not a Lost episode.
Like, it had a clickbait title. I'm sorry, dude. I wasn't expecting that. I literally pressed down Paramount Plus thinking it was like a big Lost episode, but nope. They're not the one to buy a title.
Yeah. There are, but in season 4, there are 2 technically lost, but then re-aired episodes. But I'll get to that later. And then we also have what does Blue Dream about? Blue's ABCs, of course. What experiment does Blue want to try? And then the most iconic episode out of every season episode of this season, Blue's birthday.
And the blue cupcakes, though.
I'm not gonna lie.
I've always wanted to try them ever since I was a kid, and I ever got to.
I know, right, man?
I do not know why, but for some strange reason, little kid me always wanted to try those dang blue cupcakes.
Right? And it's still...
Why? Like, it's still a mystery to me. Why did I even want to try it? They're freaking blue!
Indeed. But, yeah, that's just a sneak peek of some of the stuff we're going to talk about for the season 2. I am very excited to dive into this one because it improves Blue's Clues' quality tenfold. Like, they were really invested in this one, in this new season. It really got a good start. But, yeah, alright, guys. That is all for now. Smart, once again, thank you for joining. And this is yours truly, ReviewClues, signing out. See you later.
Bye, everybody.
Future 2023.
Future. Ooh, man. Way blast from the past, huh?
No kidding, man. And seriously, that was fun. We're going to be using that now a lot for review clues. But yeah, I am very, 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 very excited, guys, that that you guys got to see me and Dwight talk about Blue's Clues, because it's not that often I see too many people talk about the show on here. Yeah, well, in general, really. So it's really nice to actually be able to talk about Blue's Clues with all of you. I'm very happy. But yeah, well, that being said, now it's time for our third and final teaser clue for what Dwight has for us today to talk in terms of our clue for our top secret project.
Oh shoot, oh man. Last clue. Oh man, oh my gosh. Oh man, I can't believe it. This might be it. Almost time to sit down, think a chair, think. But not yet.
Indeed. Okay, so to review our first two clues. First clue.
Mm-hmm.
Blue is our host.
Okay, and what was the second clue?
Our second clue. Josh passes the host role down to Blue. Blue gets a connection with the viewer. And this Blue may or may not be the same Blue we know.
Mm-hmm.
And
You mind if I add to the third clue, like something really, really important?
Sure thing.
Oh man. Blue can talk. Well, once Josh gives her the host role, that's when she can talk. No, really, talk like actual words.
Yes. So again, similar but not to Blue's Loom.
Yeah, and plus, Blue turns human. Wait, how do I put this? In my big city adventure thing, I want Pat. She's already a human, but
you will get to it in a little bit, but let's just say she is human for this.
Yeah, she's human and she can talk, which means she's kind of half puppy, half human. She still has her puppy ears and, stuff. She doesn't have her tail. She's human, but she also is a human. So that means Blue gets a brand new look. She's got overalls with some sort of weird blue handprint on them. I wonder what that could mean. And she's so cool. She's human. She has bright blue hair, and gosh, she looks so cute.
Indeed, but we can't give away too much.
Yeah. But it's really cool seeing Blue like this and having her talk to Josh and to us.
Indeed. So there are your 3 clues. Everybody. Buddy. Unfortunately, for our next 2 episodes, those will be live recorded, so we won't be dropping any more teasers after this. But to review your clues. First clue, Blue is the host. Second clue. Josh passes the host role down to Blue. Blue gets a connection with the viewer, and this Blue may or may not be the Blue we know. And our third clue, which Dwight just revealed, is Blue is human in this, and she can talk.
Yes, finally, Blue can talk.
Technically, she could talk in Blue's Loom, but
this is the first time she's ever actually talked outside of that,
Yeah.
Because I kind of want this to be a different kind of experience than Blue's Room.
Exactly. So,
kind of like if Blue's Room never happened,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like Blue's Room. I do like it, but it's just I really want Blue to actually talk with her friend in the storybook world, not just in her room, you know?
Yeah, I gotcha. All right. So that being said, those are your free clues. So the next 2 episodes that we have planned, which are Holiday Havoc and the New Year, we will not be going over anything until our 5th episode, which is the planned teaser.
Yeah, which is can I just go ahead and say the title now?
Yes, go right ahead, dude.
Which is called Who's Playdate With You? Oh, I wonder, any hints? It's pretty obvious now. You just gotta sit down in your thinking chair and think until the episode comes out.
Indeed. But yeah, that's all for
You'll probably know who it is. Hint, hint.
Wink, wink. That being...
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah, but that being said, that is all for those teasers and this episode. So our next episode won't be coming out till the holiday season obviously, and that will be Holiday Havoc, where me and Dwight will go back to our normal formula for the episodes, but we'll also put in a little segment where we'll talk about what Christmas stuff we got as well, which I am...
Yeah, we might be in, of course, because the holiday spirit, we're gonna be inviting a few friends over. Because, hey, holidays and holidays until I got my friends over, because then it's a party.
Indeed. And then the New Year episode, obviously, we have some New Year, we'll obviously talk about some new stuff for the new year. But nothing related to our top secret project. This is mainly on stuff that we're looking forward to this year. And 2024 is stacking up to be a pretty good year, man. Man, if you're a big fan of certain stuff. Alright, well, that being said, that's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Or watching today's episode of Pawprints, Preschool, and Pals. Jart, would you sing the so long song for us?
Really? Me? Again?
Yeah, like I said, we're switching off each episode, so it's your turn.
Yes, okay. I know it's time to say so long, but I'm gonna sing one more song. Oh, thanks for doing your part. You sure are smart. You sure worked hard. 'Cause with me and you and our power blue, we can do anything that we wanna do. We can do anything that we wanna do.
All right, that was cool. Hey, dude. All right.
Voila.
Indeed. All right, guys. I just want to say, since this is going to be the last episode for a while, happy holidays in advance, fans, from both me and Dwight. And we will see you after Christmas to talk about some holiday spirit stuff. And like Dwight said, we might have a couple friends drop by. All right, that's all.
Yeah, because holidays are about friends, so why not?
Indeed. All right, my friend. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye. And don't forget those clues, okay? Because, just saying, you guys better think those clues over, okay? just saying. Think your thinking chair, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.